takes after a student takes the test. Students must have a.
If you have any questions, please do email the GATS tutoring email and fill out the feedback form.
So thank you, Anudipti and Nikita, for providing great information, comparing both the SAT and the ACT standardized tests, and also giving general information about the preparation process for the two tests. So now we'll move on to Samika, who's also a mentor and active participant of many different committees in the GAS tutoring program. And she will now tell us about the DREAM, Safety, and FIT colleges.
Hi everyone, my name is Samika. I go to South Forsyth High School. I'm a junior, and I'm a part of the GATS tutoring program and the information committee. So today I'm going to be talking about DREAM, FIT, and safety colleges. So what are DREAM, FIT, and safety colleges? So safety colleges are colleges where you exceed their standards, so you're almost certain that they will accept you, while FIT colleges are colleges where you might be around their standards and it would not be unreasonable for them to accept you, but there's still a slight chance that you might be rejected. And then your dream colleges are colleges where you don't necessarily meet all their standards. You might be a little below them, but you still really want to go to these colleges. So you apply to see if you get in. So how do you determine this? So one way to do it is to go into the school's website, or a quick Google search will even do this, and you can find the accepted students' average SAT scores and their average GPAs. So for example, UGA's average GPA is 3.86 and average SAT score is 1320. So if you're around these standards, it might be considered a fit school. And if you exceed them, it could even be considered a safety school. And then check their admission rates. A good safety school accepts about 60 to 90% of their applicants. A good fit school is around 30 to 50, and a good dream school is 1 to 20%. So UGA's again is 49%, so it would fit into the fit school range. So these are some helpful resources. All of these websites will allow you to put in your GPA and your SAT score, and they'll give you, they'll assess your chances of you getting in. And obviously these are not 100% accurate because they don't consider your extracurriculars or your essays, but this is just a good chance to gauge where you stand on the college's acceptance rates. So some other things to consider when you're putting together your college list is academics, campus, social fit, and cost. So academics. So consider what major you're applying for and how well known that major is in that school. So some majors are really good in some schools, while others maybe not that great of a quality. So also check out the professors. Do you really want to work with a certain professor at that school? So you always want to see if that school is well known for that major. And then graduate and master's option, if that's something that you want to do, always consider if you want to go to a different college for that or stay in that college, and see what options they have. Accreditation is if you do want to go to a different college for graduate and master's, make sure the credits you get in your college will be accepted at that graduate school and that master's school. Employment out of school. So if you're not considering a graduate or a master's program, are the students graduating and getting jobs once they graduate? And then study abroad programs. This is where you go into another country and study there for a period of time. If this is something that you really want to do in college, consider schools that have strong study abroad programs. And then lastly, AP and IB credits. In high school, you're probably getting some AP and IB credits. So make sure that whatever college you pick is accepting many of these credits so you can graduate school a little bit early. So campus. So when considering campus, you want to consider the size, climate. Is it a big campus, small campus? How close is it to home? This goes into in-state versus out-of-state, which I'll get into more later. And then the facilities on campus, so gyms, restaurants, cafes, is everything you need nearby. Social fits, so diversity. Are you going to meet new people? Are you going to gain those new experiences that you really want in college? And then extracurricular activities. If you really love doing something in high school or you find a passion for something and you want to continue that in college, you might want to consider what extracurricular activities that college has. On and off campus recreational activities. This leads back to the gyms, and some colleges have like poetry nights and stuff like that. So you want to make sure that you're happy wherever you're going, because you're going to be spending the next 4 years here. So you want to make sure that wherever you're going, you feel like you belong there. And then alumni goes back to that too, because some schools will invite you back and they'll really take care of you after you graduate. So if that's something you really want, consider the alumni networking. So cost. Cost is probably one of the most important factors. Cost includes financial aid. Some schools will provide this on their own. So you always want to consider this. Meal plans, we all have to eat. So it's very important that you consider what type of meal plan that college has. And then campus residence, this is dorms and everything. Do they have good dorms? And is it like something that you find yourself living there? And then scholarships, obviously we've all heard of the Hope Scholarship that you apply for in high school. But besides that, you can also apply for scholarships once you get to college. So consider those too. And then in-state versus out-of-state. This is probably one of the biggest debates out there, but in-state is a lot cheaper and it's close to home, which could be a disadvantage or an advantage depending on the person. But there's also limited universities to choose from, which kind of limits your options to whatever is nearby. And then out of state is much more expensive, but you do get to experience a different culture outside of where you grew up from. And there are way more universities you can choose from. You can choose from anywhere in the country, but there is a higher cost of traveling. So you're going to want to consider the bus, train, or plane fees that cost you to get back home when you need to. Okay, so making your list. Normally, you're gonna wanna have 2 or 3 safety schools, 3 or 4 fit schools, and 2 or 3 dream schools. Obviously, these can vary, but this is just a general idea of what you should have. So this is just an example of a student. So they have a 1470 SAT, 4.1 GPA, a really good class rank, and great extracurriculars. So a dream school that they might be considering is Carnegie Mellon, where they don't necessarily meet the standards, but they still have that chance of getting in. So they apply anyway to see if they can, and same goes for Stanford. Fit schools could be Georgia Tech, UGA, Emory, where they're around all those standards. So there's a likely chance that they'll get accepted, but there's still a slight chance that they won't. And then safety schools are Georgia State University, University of North Georgia, and Kennesaw State, where this person exceeds all of their standards, and there's a very high chance that they'll get in. Okay, thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us.
Thank you, Samir.